Hey guys, it's your girl T here, and before I get started on telling you guys what today's video will be, make sure you subscribe before you leave. I will be showing you guys how I did a green halo eye look, how I went from this to this. Alright guys, let's just hop right into this video. I'm using the No Poreblem primer by Touch in Sol, and I'm just going to say right off the bat that I do not like this primer. I will not be repurchasing it. I just think that I have to touch up my makeup so much more throughout the day than what I was doing when I was using the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. It was a lot more moisturizing, and this one was just a lot more silicone-y feel than I thought it was going to be. I definitely gave into the Instagram clout that I was getting, so that's just my personal opinion on it, and I don't like it. For foundation, I'm using the Loreal Paris 24-Hour Infallible Total Cover Foundation. I really like this foundation when I'm doing something special. I do not wear this on the daily because it is super full coverage. As you can see, every blemish, dark spot on my face is about to disappear. I really like using a brush when I'm using this foundation because I feel like I'm getting the most coverage from a brush. A beauty blender works fine too if that's what you like. I just feel like with the brush I'm getting the most out of this foundation. This foundation is also obviously from the drugstore. It's very long lasting. It doesn't move around when you layer other products on top of it, and it's not super heavy feeling on the skin, and it's super matte. So I really do recommend this if you guys want a full coverage foundation. I'm using the Naked Skin by Urban Decay concealer. I just really have always stuck with this concealer. It's super lightweight and it gets the job done. It's not the most full coverage, but it definitely has a lot of coverage depending on how much you use. To set my under eyes, I'm using the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Bake, Brighten, and Set Loose Finishing Powder. I was doing a daytime thing, so I'm putting this on to brighten up my under eyes, but I would not recommend this if you are going to be taking flash photography because it will flash back. I will be linking all the products down below or mentioning them in the description box, but I'm taking this palette that I got off of Amazon to contour with, and I like to mix the cooler shade with the darker shade just to like really sculpt out my face. Obviously I'm going to do where my cheekbones are to define them, and then I'm gonna go around my forehead, around where I put my concealer, just to make my forehead appear smaller because you know, girl, we got that 5 head going on. We're trying to look like a 3 head. I did my eyebrows off camera, but if you guys are ever interested in seeing how I do my eyebrows, let a girl know. I'm using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer as my eyeshadow primer today. I just really think the consistency is really thick and it makes my makeup stay on really well. I'm going to take my Morphe 35B palette and I'm going to put that cream shade all over my eyelid, really just to set the concealer so everything else blends out flawlessly. There wasn't really a good transition shade in that palette, so I went into my Got To Be Glazed Impressed You palette, and I'm just going to take that light brown shade and put it in my crease just to get the eye look started, have a beginning shade to work with. I'm going in with that light green shade in the Morphe palette, and this look again is all about building color, adding layers and layers, making sure it's all blended nicely. So that's what we're doing here. This color obviously wasn't going to be the star of this show, but it definitely is nice to put in the crease. I'm going into my Androgyny palette right here and going into the shade Military. That shade is really pigmented, so I'm just going to make sure I focus it right in the crease. I'm not bringing it up or lower, just right in the crease to add some depth. Now we're going to go into this dark green shade, and this is really the star of the show. Make sure you dust off that excess because it is pigmented. We're going to put that right in the crease and on the outer edge of the eye. Make sure you pat it, and on the inner corner because we're going to be doing a halo eye. I'm going into that black shade. Be extra careful. Make sure you take your time and pat it onto the eye. Don't rub it. Right on the outer corner. I do have a double-sided brush, so I just flipped it over to blend it out outwards, not inwards. Again, make sure you pat it on the inner corner also, and it's just really to give some depth. You don't have to blend it out perfectly or anything like that. You do kind of want it to stay in one place. I'm taking my Photo Focus by Wet n Wild, the concealer, and I'm going to start cutting out my halo eye, as you guys can see. Now I'm taking that green shade and I'm going to bring it inwards in where the concealer is, and you really want to create a V. You guys are going to see what I mean, where the concealer and the shadow is, you want to leave that open space because that's really gonna make it a halo eye. That's an ugly ass face I'm making, but I'm using my Mega Length mascara by Wet n Wild, and then I apply my lashes. I'm taking the Tarte blush in the shade Paaarty. So now I'm taking the Bad Habit Rosé palette. I'm taking the shade Champagne. Obviously you guys can see my highlight is popping. If you guys are interested in seeing a review on this palette and also an $8 eyeshadow palette, if you guys want to see if that's popping too, I will leave the little link in the right hand top corner of the screen if you guys are interested. I'm just, you know, leaving that out there, putting it out there for the world. If you guys are interested, I put effort into that video, you know, so if you guys are interested, it's there. I mean, look at my highlight though. It's popping, it's popping, it's popping. Let's go. I'm taking my Morphe setting spray and I'm gonna put this all over my face, obviously, duh. And a trick I like to do, especially over my highlighter, is pat the setting spray over it because it really makes it look like it's sunk into the skin and it's not just sitting on top of the foundation. I'm taking shade Speed Dial, an ultra matte lip from ColourPop. But yeah guys, I hope you guys really liked today's video, and if you guys do, make sure you subscribe before you leave, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Have a good day guys, or night wherever you are. Bye.